We back, y'all. But this time we're going over everything that makes up my gaming and streaming setup. It's been a long time in the making, and I'm actually liking how clean and minimal my setup is, while also being amazing for streaming. If you want any of the things I mentioned in this video, then just head down to the description after you sub to the channel, of course, and if I can find the item, there'll be a link to it. So first of all, let's throw it over to the easy stuff, and that's the peripherals. Which, fun fact, everything that I have is wireless. I made the switch last month, and after going wireless, I just cannot go back. It's amazing not having a cable everywhere throughout my setup, and if I ever wanted a direct wire connection, I have that option with all three of these items. But let's start with the keyboard. It's the KeyMove SnowFox 60% keyboard with red switches. And I also put custom keycaps on it to make it a super clean look. I did a lot of research for 60% wireless keyboards because one, of the fact that I'm a gamer, and two, I'm also competitive at that, so I need something that can be responsive and act as though it's wired without actually being full size. And that's when I came across this keyboard that has a Bluetooth 5.1 connection, meaning basically faster connections and has a higher bandwidth for sending signals back and forth between my PC and my keyboard. So I can honestly say that I have had no issues with it disconnecting while gaming and any added latency. Next, we have the Logitech G Pro X wireless mouse, which needs no introduction. Everybody should know about this mouse, but this mouse is absolutely amazing. It lasts forever, and with Logitech's Lightspeed wireless, there's zero additional latency, and it just feels like a quarter mouth. Underneath these, we also have just a simple mouse pad that matches the sound panels I have on the walls behind me and just ties in with the overall look better. And lastly, we do have another Logitech product with their G Pro X wireless headset. Once again, this thing is amazing, but what I love the most about it is its small form factor and how it fits on my head without looking like two giant Princess Leia buns on either side. What's even better is the mouse and keyboard lasts a couple weeks without a charge, and the headset lasts 3 days with heavy use, like 8 hours a day use. Seriously, wireless is amazing, and it's only getting better. Once you go wireless, it's really hard to ever go back. Now, pairing with the Logitech headset, I have the Go XLR Mini, which I made a video on how to connect and pair these two devices that I'll link at the top of this video, but this also allows me to control all the audio separately throughout this device, as well as my stream can hear. So if I want to mute just my Discord chat or just my mic, I can. If I want to mute the music I'm playing but have my chat still hear it in stream, it can do that as well. It's an amazing device. Speaking of chat though, I also have this device hooked up to my Shure SM7B, which, as all you guys know, is a studio microphone and really good for eliminating any background noise and give you that professional radio voice everyone desires. This mic also sits on the blue microphone boom arm, which I chose specifically because it has a really nice built-in XLR cable channel. Next up, we got my monitors, which I have them stacked to save space on my desk, so I have a lot more room on each side and it doesn't feel too cluttered. The top monitor is just a simple 1080p 60Hz Dell monitor, just to be able to read chat and have Discord up there. The main monitor, however, is the Asus monitor that is 1080p, 180Hz refresh rate, and I seriously love this thing. If you are serious about gaming, the best thing you can do is get a higher refresh rate, but make sure you get one where your PC can also output the same amount of frames. For example, I got the 180 refresh rate because I can guarantee that I can get 180 frames while streaming at 1080p 60 and gaming on my PC. Speaking of which, the thing that powers all of this is this beast of a machine. It's rocking a 2080 Ti and a 3950X 16-core Ryzen processor, which is overkill, but I'll never drop a single frame while streaming, and I'm not gonna go through every single part of this PC. If you are curious, I have the entire PC in the description below, but I did build this beast this year, and it's been everything I have ever wanted. This also pairs really well with my monitor because I can output 1080p 60 on my stream without dropping a single frame like I mentioned before, as well as match the refresh rate of 180Hz on any game that is optimized. The last thing I have tech-wise are the hue lights that are behind my monitors. It just creates a nice glow and gives us that nice vibe that everybody's looking for. The cool thing about this is I have it set up to turn on at 10 a.m. and turn off at 10 p.m. so I never have to do anything to manage them after I set them up. The only time I adjust the lights is when I make these YouTube videos. But that sums up everything on my desk. But what about the desk itself? Well, I have the Autonomous Smart Desk 2, which I love. I chose this because I sit all day for my current job, so when I'm at my desk, I want the option to be able to stand up and not be seated all day long. Plus, if I'm ever doing anything like cable managing or editing on my desk, I can just put it in a standing position and I can get around easier. Last thing, when I'm filming these videos, I can be standing here and still have my entire setup in the background, as you can see here. For the chair that I have when I do sit down is the Kin chair, also from Autonomous. I've had a huge problem with my back for a while now. I ideally would love the Herman Miller body chair, that is apparently the best ergonomic chair out there. But this chair, I would say, is the best budget option for that Herman Miller for a fraction of the price, and just looks amazing. After testing it, it is a really great chair and amazing on my back. I'm gonna be doing a full review of this chair in the near future, so stay tuned for that if you are curious. The coolest thing about this setup though is these sound panels I have on my wall. I hate those foam square panels that everyone has on their walls because while they do help with noise suppression, I just don't like the way they look, and that's when I came across these felt squares. They're from a company called Feltrite, and they can be designed however you want. It really does help break up the black on my wall as well, and also just does provide a bit of noise suppression. I love these, and I recommend them to anyone else looking for like a really nice modern look when it comes to sound panels. But lastly, I do gotta mention the palm tree that you see in the background. I got it. It's literally just to help break up the room, and I really do actually like having it because it helps make the whole setup feel, I guess, more complete. The biggest thing I aim for with this setup was a place where I can stream, but not turn my setup into an entire streaming desk where there's cables everywhere or products and you just can't separate your stream to just your gaming or production. With this, I feel like I have a nice mix of both, but at the end of the day, one doesn't overwhelm the other, if that makes sense. But that's gonna do it for this video. Got any questions? Leave them in the comments below, or come follow me on Twitch and ask them when I do go live. But that's gonna do it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.